What was your initial reaction when you heard that Junior Bridgman had passed away?
A little stunned. I spoke to him a month ago. We talk every now and then. I'm hurt. It's a blow to those of us that knew him personally, but it's a blow to the world because this is a good man. Junior Bridgman's one of the finest people I've ever known in my life. And I loved him. And wow, it's a loss.
You were teammates with Junior Bridgman. What do you remember from the time when you played with him back in the 70s?
Well, you know, it was an interesting time because he came in the Kareem trade. We only overlapped as players that year, but I had the privilege of being able to go right into the radio and TV part, the Milwaukee Bucks, and travel and be with the team. I knew Junior very well, and as a player, he was a good player. He was and loved by everybody, a great teammate and a really good player and a good sixth man. He did his job well, he could shoot it. He was an all-around really great player.
What kind of impact did Junior Bridgman have on the Milwaukee Bucks?
Well, a great impact. His numbers retired. Every guy on the team revered and loved Junior Bridgman. You will never hear a bad word in any manner about Junior. And he did his job as a player. He was asked to play this role, he did it. If he played that role, he did it. And he could bring to the court the necessary abilities and success that you wanted of him. And then as time went on, we found out more about who the person was and what he did with his life.
He went from being a buck to making big bucks. What kind of legacy does Junior Bridgman leave behind?
Well, and that's the thing I would tease him about. I would call him and say, "Are you really this rich?" And he would take everything I would throw at him, and I would tease him, and then he would take it, and then we would talk seriously. Well, I think he leaves behind the fact that you didn't make big bucks as a player, but you went out and went to work and made big bucks, if that's what drives people, even if it was off camera. I can't tell you one negative thing about Junior Bridgman. I love him.
How can players in this day and age learn from Junior Bridgman what he did on the court and what he did off the court?
I hope that some would pay attention. You know, he was the president of the Players Association. He was on all kinds of committees. He's done things to help retired players today with what he did then, and with players at the current time as they evolve through, you know, collective bargaining and things like that, because he was smart enough to be involved in it. And the council for the Players Association used him in a lot of areas because he was capable. And so I think players should learn hard work and giving back. Junior always gave back in everything he did. And we see that with the MAC Fund. We see that with all the other things that he was involved in. He's a special person.